have this evening. So if there's any breaks during the broadcast, please just X out and refresh your browser, and that should solve the problem. We'll be back on air. We could go off air for maybe 20-30 seconds. Sometimes this happens. Okay, we'll kick off now with our opening theme.
But still our time is grey. A driver waiting hunger would pray for us today. Fulfill the given promise, bring legacy to come. We slave beneath the sun, and I the leader one. A rising is our wailing, a wolf cry for the moon. Haunted are the hunters, your judgment is our doom.
Okay, you'll see a guy there, our genuine Irish nationalist is on there, and there's another individual there, a spammer, and probably a left-wing agitator, and you will see by his comments his mentality. You know, I like doggies that have you know what. That just goes to prove people the type of mentality that these people have. They're absolutely revolting individuals. They support every type of sexual depravity, including paedophilia. They're a horrible bunch of people, and unfortunately I can't block that individual. But if they get a bit carried away with themselves, lads, I'll have to just text me here and I'll turn off the comment box. Okay, for all our viewers, if you'd like to interact live with me this evening, all you have to do is sign up with darpatv.com and get yourself a username. Once you have a username, you can use the comment box there. If you'd like to come on air with me live, you'll see a button with a pair of lips just below the video screen there. Just click on that and I will get an on-air request here on my virtual control panel. Now you can do it in two ways. You can do it just by audio if you're a little bit shy, okay? However, if you're not that shy, you can use your webcam and we can all see you. The whole world can see you. Okay, now for people who, oh yeah, okay, you'll see another button there with a question mark on it. And again, just type in your question, and again, I'll get that up here on my virtual control panel, and I promise to do my very best to answer it for you. Now, I know there are a lot of people who really aren't familiar with signing up for social networks, believe it or believe it not, but there you are. Not everyone knows how to do it. So, people can text me during the broadcast, and the number is 085-7860-722. That's 085-7860-722, and it would be great to hear from you. Now, lads, there may be a problem. There might be some slight buffering with the ads. You know, they're the live broadcast. However, the video I just played with our opening team ran perfectly here on my side. Now, if anyone's kind of having any difficulties with that and they're getting slight buffer, maybe you should just click out of your browser and then refresh it, and you know, problem might be solved. I have to say one thing, lads, that our numbers are declining slightly compared to the way they are, or the way they were. And I am actually getting a little bit concerned about that now. I don't know why there was a sudden downturn in the numbers. I have an idea, possibly my comments there in relation to DRM activism a couple of weeks ago. Now, I don't know, was that the reason why? And but really, lads, I would appreciate if you started going out there again and promoting the broadcasts. Okay, we really need people to do that. Commit yourself, lads, even a couple of times during the week. Go on to various social networks, YouTube and all the rest of it, and post the link to DARPA TV and include the times of the broadcast, and include the Eastern Standard Time or ET time on that as well, because we do get a number of American viewers. Now, usually what happens is our numbers increase as the show goes on. That could be a case that you know, people are having a few beers before the start of the show, and they have to wait till they're slightly inebriated to sit down and watch me or even listen to me. Now, some people have said there's a slight kind of, you know, the picture quality isn't brilliant, people were saying to me. Well, folks, the problem with that is that I'm using a dial-up internet connection, and that's, you know, it's not as powerful as a broadband connection. Now, hopefully, I want to open a little studio, believe it or believe it not, in the coming weeks, maybe in 4 or 5 weeks time, and I'll get the super duper broadband service connected to that. And I would imagine that would solve the problems in terms of the video, and you'll get a much better, much clearer, high definition picture of me. Now, I don't know, maybe people don't want to be able to see me that well. That's quite possible, you know. So maybe some people will text me or email me and say, look, leave it as it is. Your face is all thwarted. That's grand. We want it that way. But anyway, okay. So listen, lads, go out and start promoting the broadcast. Please, we need to start getting our numbers up again. And as things are beginning to get worse in our beloved nation, to the economy and everything else that is happening, and this clampdown on freedom of speech, I heard a lot of the media share websites have been closed down, like Mega Upload and Mega Video and all the rest of it. And this was pushed by the FBI, as far as I know, in the United States. And I do know that the Department of Justice here in Ireland put a block on Mega Video. You know, you used to be able to go on to Mega Video and watch, you know, all these TV series, lots of films, new releases and all the rest of it. So they're clamping down. But the one thing that concerns me about that is that now they are pushing to begin to police the internet, and the internet was really a major platform for freedom of speech. Now I can understand if it comes to child pornography, or pedophile rings on the internet and all the rest, but I have no problem with them closing those down and doing whatever they do with the people that they catch that have signed up to that. However, it should not, government should not in any way interfere with the internet. Absolutely not. And we hear of countries blocking websites like Pakistan were blocking YouTube there for a while, and all because of the Muhammad cartoons, so the internet should be a bastion of freedom of speech, and we really need to keep fighting for that and allow that, or to make it absolutely clear, people are not, we're just not going to tolerate it. It's just not on. But unfortunately, those websites are being closed down because obviously they were breaking copyright and all the rest of it. But I do know with Mega Video they used to have links to different sites for each episode of a particular series, but nonetheless they're gone. I think WikiLeaks actually closed down today or yesterday to protest the FBI's interference in the internet, but I doubt that will do any good, folks. But the thing is, we have to keep fighting and make people aware that they're trying to shut us down, and any dissenting voice they will do their very best to shut us up, and no doubt they will possibly attempt that with DRM sometime in the future. It's quite possible. However, I have alternative plans for that, and don't worry about it. Other locations that I can broadcast even outside of Ireland. So there you go. So this to the the Minister of Justice, or you ain't gonna shut us up, my friend. Now, listen. Hopefully these bios are okay. I'm going to close that off, lads, because there's an absolute asshole on there, and that's the end of that. I will not, under any circumstances, tolerate that kind of filth on our comment box there. To my regular contributors, I'm sorry, lads, but no doubt you understand that we can't have that kind of filthy comments on our comment box. Okay, look, listen. If the people are listening in that are constantly sending me these death threats, I'm getting a bit fed up with it, okay? It's not going to silence me. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing. So this is my address, and everyone knows my address. I'm giving you my address now. It's 8C, Bianconi Court, Priory Bridge, Kilkenny, Ireland. Okay, if you want to come and shoot me, come down and shoot me, and stop all your nonsense sending me your death threats. Okay, and don't creep up on me like some gutless thug. Come up to my face and let me see it. Take your balaclava off or whatever you're going to have, and you can shoot me in the head, but let me look in your eyes and let me see the coward that you are. I'm not afraid of you, lads. That's my address. If you want to suss out where my times are coming and going, no problem. In fact, I'll even give you those times when I come in and out of the house. So if you want to shoot me, just shoot me and shut the hell up. Okay? I'm getting fed up listening to you. So man up and do what you're threatening to do, or just shut up, okay? Because I'm not going to shut up. Okay? I'm a pain in my arse listening to you. Okay? Come and do what you have to do. If you feel you have to do it, well, come on. Come and do it. So there you are. So if you're listening in, there you go. Okay, that's what I think you there. So back up your hard man talks. Come down, put a bullet in my head. I don't care. But it's not going to stop me. So that's the only way, literally, you're going to stop me. And even if you did put a bullet in my head, there's other people out there that are going to continue with the Democratic Right movement, who likewise are not the slightest bit afraid of us. And you sent me a message there about certain individuals that were killed, and a bomb put under, I'm not sure if it was a soldier's car up in the 6 counties. I think it might have been a soldier's car. He found out anyway, or whoever found out, he didn't get blown up. But basically they were saying to me, you know, like, we're sending you a clear message here now. If we're willing to do that to the occupying British Army in the north, we'd be doing that to you, Michael. But I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't actually have a car. So you're fucked that way, lads. So you're definitely going to have to shoot me. Or get some sneaky old cowardly sniper up on some local building somewhere and shoot me. But you won't be able to car bomb me because I haven't got a car. I occasionally get a end of a car, alright. But I don't have a car all the time. So anyway, there you are, lads. That's what I think is, okay? So sod off. Okay, we have a countdown coming up to our first ad. I'm in great form. Been working on this website all week. And the difficult thing about it is, you see, it's based on the East Coast, where our hosting company that provide us with this fantastic service, DARPA TV, so they're 5 hours behind us. And I have to be sitting up till 2 and 3 in the morning, giving them information, and they're coming back to me, and I'm coming back to them. I absolutely knackered down my head all week. So, if I nod off, you'll know why I'm nodding off, but it's coming along brilliant. And I want to get a few extra add-ons onto the website, and it's going to be there. It's going to be state-of-the-art. And I'm really looking forward to the launch, which will be soon. Okay, back after this ad.
New Year, who is watching? This is New York 2012. Vertigo Astro, JJ Astro. Happy New Year, people.
Live fireworks.
Live fireworks, New York City 2012.
Times Square.
Times Square. Next fireworks 2012 from New York City, guys. What?
You are watching DARPA Televisión.
Yes, you are watching DARPA Televisión.
I love DARPA Televisión.
Meto.
Okay, lads, yeah, I was talking about the website. Seriously, I need people to send us a few quid. The exchange rate at the moment is 78 cents to $1. That's how weak the euro is against the dollar. It's absolutely crazy, because 2 weeks ago it was €1.18 to the dollar. And I should have started setting up the website at that stage. It wouldn't cost so much. But that's basically where we're at the moment. 78 cents euro to the dollar. Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And because the dollar had been weakening for quite some time. And the fact that China holds so much of the American currency and all, they've trillions of it there, man. If they dumped all that onto the market, the American economy would be wiped out overnight, like. And basically, I hate to say it, lads, in the US, the Chinese have you by the balls, boys, seriously. So you really need to get that sorted out, because there's nothing worse than being beholden to some other country or to another individual. You know, so you can get on with your daily lives and do this and do that and all the rest of it. Anyway, okay, that's basically it. That's the last time. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the last time I'm talking about these threats. do what you want to do, okay? I can't be bothered with you, so off you go. Play with your Semtex and your Kalashnikovs and stop annoying me. Okay, let me see, was there anything else I want to say to you? Yeah, we're going to deal with the banks again, right? And I found a series of videos that are quite good and actually emphasize a lot of what DRM are proposing in relation to the country issuing its own currency, debt-free currency, and all the rest of it. And they mentioned another barter system. It's called Let's, and I heard about it a number of years ago. I think it was some Catholic nun that actually started it up. Now, personally, I can't see us going back, in all honesty, to a barter system. It's just impossible to basically put a value on it. You know, if you say, well, you come and paint my house and I'll repair your car or whatever, it's hard to gauge the value, and we really need to reform you know, our finances and you know, the issuance of our own currency and all the rest of it. And I think that's really the only way to go, is to do that, for us to take responsibility, as I said, for the issuance of our own currency. And you know, we could put very strict legislation in place that it would be a treasonous act on part of the government were they in any way to jeopardize the stability of the economy by overspending. I think also we need to build up our foreign reserves. Ireland only has 6 tons gold, 6 tons in reserve. That's all we have here in Ireland, and there would be no harm in increasing that, just in case, because we really don't know what's going to happen. But what's important, and I mentioned this earlier in the week, never forget that there's engineers and architects behind all these economic disasters, and they're always bankers and profiteers and marketeers that make massive profits on these economic disasters. Believe you me, it has happened throughout history. So, you know, don't get too caught up with Anglo-Irish Bank or, you know, Bank of Ireland and NAMA and AMA and all the rest of it. You know, try and look above the parapet and look at it in a global context as well. I think that's very, very important, because the Irish government just basically wants to be focusing on what's happening now, because that kind of takes away attention from the individuals and the banking cabal, or the banksters as we call them, that are basically responsible for all this kind of thing that's going on. And you've seen an example of that, the Morgans and so on, that made trillions during the Great Depression in the United States. So there you go. You know, they profited on the misery and the abject poverty of the people in the United States at that particular time. You know, so they pump the economy with money, and then they'll drag it all back, and they'll shrink the amount of money circulating within the economy, and we all know what happens. It could be an absolute and complete disaster. So really what we need to do is build up our own reserves, were that the case, were there a global downturn. But of course we'd have to be issuing our own currency. And you listen, you will see in these video presentations tonight something too that we are totally opposed to. It's called usury. That would be the ancient term in relation to it. Basically it's an interest on loans, and we want to see that done away with as well. We can create another system where there can be a contract between lender and borrower and so on, and we can actually do that. That is achievable. And you could see that in the colonies in the United States, their own script. And you know, they were talking about the revolution and so on, and basically what the they reckon that was the main reason for it. You know, that the Central Bank of England didn't want the colonies to be issuing their own currency, their own debt-free currency. So they wanted to basically wipe out that system. So the Central Bank of England would be responsible for the issuance of the currency, and of course with interest, and drag them all down to debt. Or into debt, and that's just the way these people operate. And believe you me, folks, these people couldn't give a rat's ass if millions of people, men, women and children, die as a result of their control of the global issuance of the nations of the world, their currencies. So these are the kind of people that we're up against, and they will go home. I reckon the vast majority of them are sociopaths. Some people call them psychopaths. Yeah, some of them could be psychopaths as well. But I think sociopath is more applicable to them, because a sociopath really has no concern for other human beings. They're, unmoved in any way, shape or form. Looking at the misery of others, or the mass slaughter of other people. They just don't feel that. They use everyone around them. They're incapable of any kind of love or compassion. And I'd say the vast majority of the major businessmen around the world would be basically, I'd say the majority of them are sociopaths, because you don't make billions and trillions of profit by being nice to people or nice